Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Test.
Hello.
Test. Renee Witherspoon wrote a novel.
Hello. The avatars abandoned the applesauce. The avatars abandoned the applesauce.
Quentin Tarantino taught Korean.
It's just going to be a full episode of mic checks. What is up? Welcome to the Allo Show.
Luau Dang. Luau Dang is a manager at a hometown buffet.
Take two.
You guys know it would not be right for anybody.
For anything to just run smoothly.
If we didn't do 25 minutes of this without Dwayne's mic plugged.
I was plugged into a higher power. I was having a conversation with the higher power. I was like, who needs to be plugged into the amp? Like, we don't need that.
We were having too much fun too. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's what happens. We're, as you can see, we're joined. We got a different cat. We got Pierre in the back over here.
There he is.
Having a good time. Having a good time indeed.
That's my buggy.
Look at him go. And here we are. episode 9 for the second time.
Oh, 9-piece.
It's beautiful to see.
9-piece nugget. Why does that sound more like
than an 8-piece
or a 10-piece? I don't know who the fuck came up with a 4-piece nugget. When did McDonald's who gave y'all that idea to just, hey, let's throw a 4-piece nugget?
I'm happy we got you passionate to start us off.
I'm just saying, nuggets. I feel like I'm being cheap.
For those not knowing, the way we realized that we weren't recorded was we got in a real big boneless versus bone-in nugget debate.
Oh yeah,
and that was when I realized Dwayne's not plugged in.
I wasn't plugged in.
We can't do none of this.
I mean, it makes sense. The mic was out. Take the bone out. I'm a boneless guy.
You know,
I'm a boneless guy.
A nugget individual.
I am.
Well, shit, man. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. It is officially Monday, and we're officially back.
Another beautiful Monday. It's not as hot as it's been, which is
nice.
Welcome to fall. Oh, we're okay. I wouldn't necessarily say fall, because it's hilarious because you see his tail end on your side and you see his big ass have on my. He's a big boy. He's a sturdy guy.
But yeah, so you know what, guys, we were in a rhythm, and I'm gonna just run the highlights back. I'm sorry because we got a lot to get to. And you missed out on some good stuff. So let me fill you in real quick. All right.
Speaking of fall vibes, you were up in Big Bear over the weekend?
I was up in Big Bear over the weekend, sir.
Yep.
I went to go see a friend of mine, and he was talking about how he's an incredible guitarist, and he was talking about how, he's just, because he's got a whole wife and a 16-year-old stepdaughter, which is I don't think you're allowed to have those when you're 32.
Look, I would love, that's the package I was hoping for. A wife and a stepkid. Honestly, I would love that.
You're just I just got all the stuff out of the, now we're just homies?
No,
but then I feel like they have to like you, because otherwise it's just,
it would be torturous. My stepmom is one of my favorite people in the entire world, literally.
How old were you when she became your stepmom?
I feel like I've known her since I've been born, honestly.
Oh, and there you go.
I was very young, but yeah.
So it wasn't like you were 14 and you were
no, hell no. By 14 we was already locked in. That's it. And that's still my dog to this day.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so I was talking with him, and he was just talking about how, he's just kind of, with all that, been in a little bit of creative slump, and he wanted to, get back to playing guitar. And I was like, dude, you know what? All we got to do is let's just rent a cabin at some point, go up to Big Bear, and I'll just bring the studio up there, and we'll just cook. We'll come up with ideas, and maybe, no pressure. And I was just explaining that story to my dog, Adam, and this is Saturday morning, and he's just what if we leave right now? What if we go right now?
Spontaneity. You gotta
nasty.
You know what I'm saying? That might be Adam's new nickname. Nasty. I thought you was coming with the nasty honey.
So, so he was just what if we do that right now? And I was just you know what, man? I can't think of a reason not to. And so we called up. I tried to recruit you, but you had a lot of dilly dallying and lollygagging to get to.
I was just coasting. Look, I was on the PCH, just humbugging it.
What'd you sound like, you brother? You were tucked like polos and Dockers.
Come on, church shirt on Sunday. I was tucked.
So we recruit our other buddy Cam to pull up. And,
What's up, Cam?
And we start driving up to Big Bear, just beautiful, gorgeous mountain town, about 2.5 hours outside of LA.
Yes.
With no cabin, no nothing. But I do, my family, and this is like distant family. This isn't like this. We're not.
Like, this is not the uncle I text.
This is not like the whole. We have some like random land up there that no one has ever been to. It's truly 18 acres off a highway.
Yeah.
And
pretty amazing.
Actually, no, but you went there. We checked it out.
It has some service roads.
Well, it's super beautiful, but it's
gorgeous.
just, I mean, couldn't be more in the cut.
Yeah.
And so we were just like, let's just camp on it. Like, I don't know. It's never been used, never got any use from anybody, so might as well start.
You were the first.
I have to be. So we went over there, and that was, I mean, we were set up. We were completely set.
Tent.
And I had a tent. They slept in their trucks, and
that's also fun.
I got to sleep under the stars at 2:30 in the morning with a belly full of about 6 twisted teas.
If there's something in the video,
I told you, I'm twisted. I was twisted this weekend, bro.
I have to try. I got to see what this hype is about.
I don't even know. It's just like the night you're going to have is so dependent upon the alcohol that you choose to grease the wheels. You know,
if it's a tequila,
lying,
stop you.
If it's a tequila night, you're like, okay, I know who this guy is. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Twisted Tea was a wild card, but I think I went full 1080. I think I was twisting.
What kind of drink? Because like liquor gives you a certain type, where beer gives you a different type.
I was at Whiskey Dave's, a pool hall up in a mountain town.
Big love
in a
for
dance
Whiskey
contest with 6 Indian men. who were pop locking their hearts out, and to be honest with you, I didn't have the heart to stop them. One of them personally recruited me and was like, "You dance really good," and he hit me with a little one of these. I swear to God, he hit me with a little arm wave, and I had to kind of hit him back. And you would have thought I performed a magic trick.
It was like, oh shit!
I feel like seeing a white man pop and lock is basically like, that's like my card trick. That's like there's hilarious. A quarter behind your ear, you know?
Big love to my Punjabi brothers, man. Big love.
So I literally, it was up there, and then there was a couple, it was pretty loaded. There was a couple girls' birthday parties that were up there. One was 2 different themes. One was just Shrek, which was...
That's on the table for me and his costumes for Halloween.
Well, I did think it was a little fucked up that one girl was Shrek and one was Fiona. Like, I feel like...
But were they lovers?
You know what?
That could have been,
worth looking into.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And then there was another one. And then there was another one who I met that all the girls were dressed in... like the costumes of the leading ladies from a bunch of like romantic comedies and stuff.
Fire.
So she was like Jennifer Gardner, 13 on 30. The other one was some how to lose a guy in 10 days. And all I'm gonna say is just I literally looked at it and was like kind of dialing it. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that worked. So she was like, oh.
You start speaking the rom-com language. It's a cheat code.
The worst thing is
a cheat code.
Guys, I just love the game.
I actually like the movies.
I just love the movies, bro.
Yeah, no.
Have you? I love
the movies, Doc.
Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, Jennifer Gardner, Matthew McConaughey.
I was gonna say anything damn near Matthew McConaughey.
If he has to be if he has to be a charming love interest,
are you kidding?
I'm dialed, brother. What are we doing?
Southern accent, my dog like stutters over his words a little bit to let you know he's nervous, and they be like, "That's endearing." Then he just hits your ass with a smooth ass line,
and you're just like, "God damn it, McConaughey!"
All right,
but so we enjoyed that. It was a good time. Dipped out of there, fully twisted. And yeah, slept under the stars. Woke up the next day, had myself because it was smoky up there because our dumbass was like waited to drive up there to realize like, oh, there's a whole fire going on in San Bernardino County.
Yeah.
So it wasn't terrible. Like the smoke would kind of blow through with the wind. But that morning, my dogs wanted to go on a long run. And I was like, I was kind of looking to get drunk on a kayak. So,
I'm taking the latter.
So, went down to go rent a kayak by myself, which at first when I said kayak for one, the lady looked a little like, aw,
Yeah.
right?
Like, are you okay?
And I had to quickly be like, this is the best option. Like, it's either this or kick it with my dogs.
That lady can shut her judgment eyes.
and just absolute smoky hell up this mountain. So this is where I'm at. And enjoyed the hell out of that. It was a wonderful solo adventure.
Kayaking is underrated.
I've gone my whole life without really appreciating it until about a year or so ago.
It's
I'm probably gonna genuinely probably gonna buy a kayak.
It's a game changer, bro. I bought an
I'm gonna start
one.
Just so if you guys see me going down the LA River one of these days,
Just hop on in.
Just either mind your business or mind your manners, one or the other.
These are facts.
But so yeah, man, and then just enjoyed the hell out of that. Linked back up with them, and just had just watched some football, which I'm sure we will get to. Those Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, man. It feels good.
And then I just took my ass home, and then we just drove home late at night, and now it's Monday. Look at us.
And here we are, starting this week off fantastic.
Yes, indeed, man. And you were just,
brother,
lollygagging.
Let me tell you, sometimes just existing takes up your whole schedule. Like, people are like, what are you doing? Existing.
You're like,
I'm just here, bro.
That's why we got the shoes on for sure. You haven't quite taken them.
Come on. You just here. You're just vibing, man.
I get it. So it was a light plate.
It was a light plate, brother. Last week I was out of town, so this week I was like, let me just chill. Let me just do my normal, just like very low key shit. Buffalo Wild Wings is in the mix. Went on a couple of nature walks.
So you played the hits.
Yeah, I played the A side.
you were like, oh, I'm playing a concert for Dwayne. He loves all this shit. This is gonna go great. This is gonna go great.
There was one fan. He ran on stage, but we had to,
It's cool.
Sometimes you gotta deal with that.
I understand it completely. But yeah, brother. So shit. Here we are now. And the first thing that I want to get into, because how could I not, is, did you guys watch that game yesterday? You guys watch those Baltimore? They sure did look like the best team in football.
I didn't watch you guys play, but I saw your highlights, and it seems like you guys finally woke the fuck up and gave Derrick Henry the ball.
Well, I was sitting at 572 Social House, which we love in Big Bear.
Great spot.
Wonderful.
And what's our guy's name? Who's our favorite?
Oh, Michael Keith. Keith. He's actually the Ed Sheeran of Palm Springs.
He really is. I'm not even joking. This man is cold.
You got to understand, nice. as two musicians, two songwriters, I genuinely have a real place in my heart for the restaurant performer. The one who just shows up there, he got his capo on his guitar and is like, I'm going to just sing Tom Petty for 3 hours.
Very unassuming.
I'm not going to lie. When I was a kid, even into maybe a couple years ago, I think one of the biggest ways I developed in seeing things was, I remember just being like, oh, like, what is this? Whatever.
Yeah.
But now I look at it and I'm like, if I see three older gentlemen just shredding guitar, I'm like, this is the best life gets. Yes. This is unbelievable.
You out here.
You and the bros just, dude. This guy was hitting bass solos just while I'm eating poke nachos.
Yeah. Come on, Social House is where it's at.
It was great.
Social House is where it's at.
It was great. But yeah, no. So I watched that game and look, as I was sitting there, first play, I said touchdown. I called the first touchdown. Derrick Henry, 87 yards.
87 yards to the house. And that man that's a big man to be moving that fast.
That is a terrifying thing to think about.
Yes.
But so he did that. I enjoyed the game. Really good time. And what did I say? We're going 15-2 Super Bowl champs. Those first 2 games were just, we're not losing another game.
Where are you guys in your division?
I think
Browns. I know they're.
But the Steelers were undefeated, but they just lost. But that I was gonna say, but they weren't playing anybody.
Got you.
So it's like I think the Steelers are 3-1 and we're 2-2. Oh, yeah. But you saw what the fuck was going on.
And y'all haven't played them yet.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
And then you got a game tonight. So
we got a game tonight playing the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
If you are a Detroit Lions fan, tag us below and I'm blocking you. Yeah, man. This is I feel like our first real challenge of the season. And I'm excited, brother. Papa John's is going to deliver some hot shit today.
Papa John's has been looking like Fresh Brothers a little.
Look, Papa John's is he's playing his ass off this year, so I have no complaints. Our running back game, even with K9 out, Mr. Charbonnet, my favorite 2 wines mixed together.
That sounds like if I'm looking at a dimly lit restaurant menu.
Oh yeah,
and I can't read it, and I'm trying to be fancy.
But like, baby, you want the Charbonnet?
Can I get the Charbonnet, please? A glass of your finest.
I call them 2 cups. We got 2 cups. We got Papa John's taking the hikes, and we got a dog. It's K9 in the backfield. So, we'll see how we feel.
We're trying to keep it undefeated.
Yeah, we are trying to keep. If we win tonight, next podcast, I'm doing face paint. You got I am doing face paint next podcast.
Actually, guys, I'm 100%, 100%.
I am doing
putting him to.
I will do face paint if we start the season 4. No,
that's impressive.
Look,
incredible. Well, yeah, man. So fucking other than that, on that front, I mean, football's just in a fun. You see this fucking running back from Boise State, by the way,
bro. 14? Is it 14 or?
I don't know how many touchdowns this dude has. I
think
4
it's
games.
It's double digits.
It's video game shit for sure.
Double digits. He has 840 yards rushing, and it's in like 3 games. And it's either 10 or 14 touchdowns.
It's the most unbelievable shit,
bro.
Hey, shout out to that. It's incredible to see.
But is it because of the level of competition he's playing? Or do you think you could put him on Alabama and he'd do numbers?
I think they played Oregon. Like,
did it?
Yeah, I think they've played. Because the thing is he could. I was watching. He could have transferred. He could have gotten the bag and gone to a bigger school.
Because he was
But he was like, no, I'm gonna stay loyal to Boise State.
I love that for him. That speaks to his character.
But that's also the thing, right? Just like you gotta be. It doesn't necessarily matter. Like when the real ones, like I see a bunch of actual running backs be like, nah, he's Todd Gurley, Chris Johnson. They're all like, no, he's out of control. This is
okay. So he's it's in his tangibles that you can just spot greatness.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So
all right, Boise State producing like
shit like that. You guys, I bet you didn't think we talk about Boise State today.
I'll tell you that freshman for Alabama and that freshman for Ohio State.
The 17-year-old,
bro. The
17-year-old dude,
bro. He's out there making like.
That catch he did where he caught it in 360'd back in. I mean,
and then landed, then spun out of that.
Did you see that his photo? He changed after that game. His profile picture was just Michael Vick with a dog after they beat Georgia.
Oh Lord!
I literally was just like,
all right, somebody get it.
That's the kind of
he's 17.
That's the kind of you're like he's 17.
He's 17. He's 17.
I was just like, that's gold, bro.
Yeah, we can't go.
But I was just like, well, good. And did you see he had eye black that just said kill everybody on it.
Damn, he's different. I will say,
there is. Some of the meanest football players in history would have Philippians 4:13 written on their eye.
Now he chose violence.
He chose kill everybody.
And he's doing this in the SEC. So there's nothing you can really say.
When I was 17 years old, I couldn't imagine running in a straight line for Alabama.
17, brother.
Let alone
when I was 22, I bowled a full bowling game and I didn't know my shoes were on the wrong feet the entire bowling game. That was at 22. This man has a 5-year head start on greatness on me.
Nuts. Oh Lord.
Not one of my proudest moments.
But yeah, so that was, fucking sports. Speaking of sports, R.I.P. to the finger wagging legend himself, Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, man. It's so weird, like
being tall.
I mean, I don't know if that's weird because it's like
I feel like being 7 feet tall. Like, granted, I understand your life expectancy isn't as long as maybe someone who was 5'8" or whatever, but it's still
they live longer.
Do they live longer?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably less distance for blood. I'm sure the teeniest boys are outliving all of us.
Not the teeniest boys.
So the joke's on right now. Sure.
Us.
So I'm 6'1". Maybe I'm in the window. Maybe I'm in the Goldilocks zone
because we got these average heights and like not the average life expectancy.
But for real, R.I.P. Dikembe Mutombo, the most iconic voice probably ever. I won't do an impression.
When they said my dog sounded like the Cookie Monster on the insurance commercial, that shit was hilarious. I was gonna say it's weird seeing like all of the people we grew up on starting to.
It kind of sounded like he gargled marbles when he did.
He definitely had the rasp. It was like, they're like, I like somebody with a raspy voice. They were like, okay, maybe.
An absolute legend and a seemingly sweetheart individual.
Yeah.
Gone
Rest
but
his
not
family,
forgotten.
man. R.I.P. to the defensive master himself. Because he was like, I'd say he's one of the first people like to make defense where it's like, oh shit, you can really change and impact the game on that. I know there were other 7-footers, but they didn't have my dog came with a finger wag, bro.
It's pretty cool to have a signature move.
Word.
My goal in life is to just have a signature move. I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know what that would. Maybe it's the pop lock.
Maybe I just body roll. Just in life, just something good. They're like, there's Cole, and I'm just.
I know you don't watch much baseball, but the playoffs just started.
Fill me in. What do I need to know?
Dodgers, L.A. The home team is
Shohei Ohtani, right?
People don't even know baseball and know this man.
Well, L.A. and he's, I guess, like allegedly the greatest baseball player of all time. So
man, he's a sight to behold. I tell you that. What we might have to do, we might have to go to a playoff game, brother.
Why
like,
not?
You already. You went to the land. You're laying first. You were the first to do that. Let's go to the first. Have you been to a baseball game?
Yeah, I've been to baseball games are awesome. I just haven't gone in a
professional
hot
though.
Yeah. No,
okay.
I haven't gone.
Like, Little League, brother. They play every Tuesday.
They're like Sherman Oaks Youth League. Like, hell of a crop this year.
Stephanie has Dan plays.
I was like, the Commanders they look good, but I think the Diamondbacks are going to take it this year. The youth Diamondbacks.
A playoff game would be fire.
Sporting events in general are just like because my favorite. I mean, you've been to a hockey game before?
Absolutely.
Hockey, I think the ranking is college football game, best atmosphere.
It depends where.
Yeah, but I mean, I've gone to being from LA, like a packed, highly anticipated USC game when both teams are good. It's insane.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But because I mean, and these are just the first two, so no shade. But it's like Toledo versus Tulane. Like you're not going to that game and being like, I am going. Like it's lit.
Brother, don't you dare disrespect the big wave.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like an NFL game, you can choose Jaguars versus anyone, and it would still be.
Well, I mean,
NFL
at the Jaguar Stadium, they have hot tubs, so that should let you know.
Is that there?
That should let you know how good their football team is.
They're like, brother. They're like, so what else do we do here?
They're like, guys,
there
we got to
is
keep fans in the seats. They're like, what if they can't leave the seats because they're in water? And they're like, where did we hire this guy from? This guy,
like, he's a genius.
you want to be vice president?
He's the same guy who suggested putting 4 nuggets in a meal. Some ideas are great. That one was nuts.
So that was his redemption arc. Was he just like, they had me on the 4 nuggets at McDonald's thing, but they won him back when he was like, guys, let's put hot tubs in a Jacksonville stadium.
I mean,
I don't want to test that water. The chlorine strength of that water.
Oh, buddy, I already have an issue getting into.
Did you see in Florida, just in general, in Florida, some man, he removed 20 Burmese pythons from the wild and won $10,000. That's a
look. I mean,
would you?
Where are you searching for them?
Yeah. So I guess the whole idea is they were doing this to raise awareness, which I always think is the funniest cause. Like, I think as a cause in general, being like, hey guys, we're doing this thing to let you guys know about it, is just that just sounds like business. It just sounds like life.
They're like, hey, you know what? We want to bring awareness to this. So first person to catch 20, we got a prize for you.
Yeah. So
like, how do you?
So he caught. You know what? And he actually was a runner-up last year. So I'm happy he came back to finish the job.
Florida is. First of all, shout out to the people that were affected by the hurricane.
Oh yeah, isn't that like North Carolina?
I know it hit Florida, and now it's making its way out. I'm assuming, but I saw videos. There was a guy who walked out of his house, and he started to walk down his steps. All of a sudden, a crocodile was just mobbing up on him from the water because it was flooded. And I'm like, you don't think?
I actually think that's like a Viking death in Florida, though. That's like an honorable way to go out.
Like how did Timothy go?
Like a real man.
Yeah.
They're at the funeral and they're like, I mean, kind of a hero's journey.
Like, how else would you want to go out?
How else would you want to do it? Yeah. And you're like, realistically, if you could just like shotgun like a Monster Energy drink and just try to fist fight one crocodile, like,
brother, I'd take my chances with the
that's Florida glory right there.
I feel like it.
So, but yeah. So,
shout out to my guy coming in first place, though. Life is about evolution.
I just feel like competitive snake catching that's a Venn diagram that I have nothing.
Is it the weird thing I think about it is if you look at the standings, I feel like his name would be the only one on there. Like he came in second last year.
He was the only one competing.
They're like, we just didn't feel like
we couldn't.
Didn't give it.
He didn't give it your all, buddy.
Florida would do some shit like that.
Yeah, no, man. But yeah, dude. So there's absolutely that. I know for a fact. I saw when we were coming in here that you had a book of what? Can you explain what's going on here,
man?
Because I'm staring at a book and I
have this book for years. Never knew what the purpose of it would be
until today.
Okay, and it's a would you rather book, and I feel like as a Gemini, these are the type of like books that I live for. The shit that makes absolutely no sense but keeps you entertained. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you've been on the search for a book that was like partly Pride and Prejudice and partly Captain Underpants. You know, you were like,
and I found it.
And you're just like, I just found a book that just asked me 3,000 things.
3,000 questions. So pick a number.
I'm a picking 291.
291.
Yes.
My reply to that would be, would you rather have a Maze Runner or Hunger Games experience? That's a fire question, by the way. Have you seen Maze Runner?
Yeah, Maze Runner is a sleeper.
Maze Runner is a sleeper, but it is the Temu version of Hunger Games.
The team, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
would I rather have?
Yeah, which experience would you rather have?
I mean, I run a lot, so I feel like
you run knowing the path. Imagine if you
I'm just all changing direction the whole time. I think that I might go Maze Runner. Because I just feel like the Hunger Games angle of it all is. I mean, look at Katniss, man. Like you never really win. Like even when you win, they try to throw you back in.
No. What Katniss' problem was, if you take the emotion out of it, she's good. She's good money. She cared about was it Peter? Look, anybody
hummus
that is named after a delicious piece of bread lets you know. And he threw flour. Like that should have been a key sign.
Yeah, listen, I dropped the homie sourdough years ago.
He was out here, brother. You think
I think I'm going
sourdough to stay alive?
I partly feel like maybe Maze Runner, just because I'd have to really get worked. I mean, the whole like having to kill a bunch of like innocent other competitors thing might be hard for me to come to grips with for the first like week.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to, I'm sure something would happen. I'd be like, I guess I'm a barbarian now.
You know?
But I feel like Maze Runner, I could still keep my whimsical spirit.
I mean, do you know there's something chasing you in the maze? There's like it's like a machine spider. It's like Terminator meets tarantula.
Yeah, but I'm pretty good at tag growing up. You know?
Okay. There is no...
that's my answer. I don't think it's a win-win. All right, I got you. I'm doing one for you now.
All right,
give me.
And then we're picking numbers. We had numbers sent in. Look at that. We had numbers.
We got people who wanted to.
We had numbers sent in.
All right, give me a number.
Miss Tay Cole. Tay_Cole_. Shout out to that because that is. You're a Cole.
I say you want to walk them to that one.
That was literally a random one. I didn't even know.
Okay, give me the number.
1111. Tay Cole, I see what you did there.
My lucky numbers. 1111.
There's a shit ton of questions
There's
in there,
so
right?
many fucking
brother. I think another reason that I like that book, it makes me feel like a librarian. Like I'm like going down. I'm like, when's the last time you like actually dragged your finger to a list?
Question 1111.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a long neck or a long face?
A long neck or a long face? My mind went somewhere totally different. I'm gonna go long face.
You just a fucking.
I just got the long. And like okay, all right.
Just Peyton man, just a six
because
head.
a long neck. They're gonna like. Kids are calling. They're like, it's Giraffe Man. I'm like, little bitch.
And instead, you look at them with just a full. Just. My thing is when you say long, I'm always gonna ask the follow up. So how long is long?
That's what I was saying.
Like, yeah. Well,
I'm going long face.
Okay.
I'm going long.
I want to do like 2 more of these because we'll do this for 7 hours.
Yeah, well, I already know. Let's see. Who are we going? We'll go with Ms. Lady, 14.
Hey, Ms. Lady.
Ms. Lady, 420. People are just picking these.
Yeah, you fucking smoke weed, Ms.
These
Lady?
are, these are good numbers.
You fucking blaze.
I love the fact that a lot of people did like synchronized numbers.
Okay.
420.
420. Would you rather encourage others or be generous?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Is it?
I look, you know me, I'm Mr. Supportive. I love sending like nice messages to people. I love bigging people up.
But being generous
is like the action version of.
I gotta say, I feel like being generous, I enjoy more selfishly.
Okay.
Because if I'm generous, I'm like, it does something.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like I want to enjoy this shit too.
Encourage does something as well. But
it's not the same.
But
like,
yeah. Can I be a little self? I'm like, yeah.
Selfish, dog.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing? Which one?
I'm going encouragement. Just so you know, it's like
you're just like be kind, be beautiful, be you.
Be kind, be beautiful, be you. I'm going with that, but I get the generous.
All right, I want a fucked up one, dude. Give me a number. Get a good one.
Get a good number.
Over here. Would you rather be kind or generous? I want some. Would you rather be in an elevator full of killer bees or a piranha tank? Like I want
Like,
real.
give it to me. Croctopus or tarantula with 10 thumbs trying to play.
Trying to
declare
tickle you
war.
the whole time. Say what
Ditching the weight.
For sure.
Says 1869 is the number.
Over here picking Civil War numbers. What's going on?
1869 sounds like a prehistoric freak position. Hey girl, you trying to hit that 1869 real quick?
That's when you get head and you're wearing a girdle.
That was George Washington did that. That's what he did. They didn't like his wedding. They were like, let's cut the 18 off.
Oh, good. Okay, 1869. Okay. Would you rather apply the 48 laws of power or the art of war principles to your... Would you? Okay.
I don't know.
I was going to say, I was like, both of them are just... I feel like, have you ever read the 48 laws of power?
I have not.
I feel like the 48 laws of power is kind of like...
What's 50 Cent's book called?
That's called the 50th law.
Oh, okay. So he had it.
So he was like, well, you need two more.
Yeah.
He was like, but
I get it.
Robert Greene is an author, and he's written a bunch of books like The Art of Seduction, 48 Laws of Power, like all of these mastery, like all these kind of books that draw from, past great people and talk about like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. But two things about the 48 Laws of Power. One, I feel like it is one of the least well-intentioned books in history. Like, I feel like if people buy the 48 Laws of Power and you see it in their bookshelf, it's low-key like, yo, I'm learning how to manipulate you. Like, the whole idea behind it is like power. It's like how to cultivate power, how to be.
Got you.
Always say less than necessary. Always make someone depend on you. It's like kind of it's gets a
kind
little
of narcissistic.
Yeah, so the whole thing is like, how powerful you want to be. All right.
Okay.
And so although fun fact, because I did buy the book when I was young. I think it's like a book when you get. Like, I remember buying the book when I maybe was like 20, because it was just kind of as like, it seems like required reading for a lot of people. I was about to say,
I've heard of it. I've just never taken the time to.
I buy the book, and I'm walking out of the Barnes & Noble, and there's like this homeless man who can't see in my bag.
Yeah.
But I swear to you, he yells at me from across the thing, and he was all like, read that book, you're going to change the world. And I was like, this is an omen. What the fuck is this? So I was very into it for a little bit.
I turned around and he disappeared.
And he was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, did you read it? But
he's like, is that how you got here?
He was like, actually, I'm practicing the 50th law. But he was waiting on the 50 cents book. He needed the 50th law.
He's like, 48 didn't work in my favor.
He said, I learned the 48 laws, but I also broke a couple. Yeah. Okay. One of the 48, you break a couple of the other laws, you get felonies.
Yeah.
All right?
He's like, and that's how you end up here, encouraging the other ones.
But so, it's just, I don't know. It's there's never really been my cup of tea. I feel like, there's more than one. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it good having all the power in the world, but also just being a manipulative person?
The title of the book just doesn't. The 48 laws of power. Like, brother, I hate obeying rules.
You're like, well, technically, the real law is to.
You're like, are the 10 Commandments a part of this? So technically, there's only 38.
Yeah, no, man. So that's how I feel about that book, though. It's not really my favorite thing.
I wish I could have a.
And then the art of war is just it's just like strategy and life stuff. It's just kind of. I feel like that you're just doing a lot of thinking. Get back in your body, brother. Get back where your feet are.
I would rather pour a couple shots in my Uncle Stevie's cup, get him a little sauced, and then let him just tell me his perspective on life.
Way
more entertaining.
That's what I'm feeling. All right, let's do one more. All
right, you pick just a random number.
I'm gonna do.
Or just flip and open, man. That's what. First number is
1,446.
Okay.
Would you rather have to wear sock puppets on your hands or flippers on your feet? Sock puppets on my hands.
Flippers on my feet. Because I can swim. I can get in the water. Like, I
just be putting around bonds.
Okay. I already got these motherfuckers on. I'm not far off.
All right. I'm done with this, but I'm gonna do that shit all day. But what else is going on in the world? We're about to be in World War III. I know that's going on.
If they call you for assistance, they're like, Cole, brother, we need you to hold down the turret.
They're like, we need to write a song.
Yeah.
If the United States Army calls me and is like, Cole, look, the only way we're gonna get out of this is Netanyahu and everybody over in Israel. They're like, we gotta hear from the guy who made me and my emotions. Yes. we need.
Like, how are you gonna help us out?
I was like, can you just please make one song for these? That I will call if I'm called upon. I will serve. But
you'll serve in the war?
Oh, as a songwriter.
You're like, I'm here for the job. They're like, why do you have an accordion, sir? Yeah, they don't pull my name. Don't even put it in the suggestion box.
I just know that that's not for me. Like,
look,
I just don't have it.
Yeah, I'm not helping. I'm not helping the cause.
If I got drafted, I would be in my army stuff just like pouting.
I'm not. They would literally have to have somebody watching me. Like, he's trying to take his uniform off again. They'd be like, somebody
some drill sergeant is just yelling at me, and I'm just like, I'm tired, bro.
Seahawks play in a couple hours, dog. I'm not trying to hear you right now,
we're not doing this right now.
I need to figure out if Tyler Lockett, if I should put him at the flex position or what.
Like, I got bigger fish to fry, bench, brother. Yeah, no, I saw that shit. I saw that they're launching new campaigns. You see the latest fucking...
I was waking up, tongue out.
That was insane.
He was doing that 1869.
I have no idea what is going on in the world. I try so hard to avoid trending news, and
because it's not really news.
And what filters through ends up being what I think is going on.
Yeah.
But outside of that, because to your point, I just get it's a lot of opinions, you know? Yeah. And there's about like 6 opinions in the world that like I'm always open to hear.
Yes.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
Bobby Flay.
And I feel like him and Guy Fieri come as a package just because I love Food Network.
You know what I'm actually going to say? I'll say Marshawn Lynch, Guy Fieri.
Yes.
Tobey Maguire.
Who's is that?
First Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Toby. When you said Tobey Maguire, I was gonna say the guy that says all about the money. No, that's Jerry Maguire.
Tom Cruise.
I wouldn't mind hearing from Tom Cruise. I don't.
I mean, well, how deep are you getting into a Scientologist? Like if Tom Cruise is like, hey, bro, like I want to invite you to this Scientology meetup. Like, one, you're obviously going, right? Just as like a sleeper. You got to check it out. You can't say no. You got to see.
Is there beverages? Do they have Corona? Are they offering Corona?
I don't necessarily know exactly what enlightenment looks like for. I mean, I know that's getting clear is the word for it.
They're like, come get clear. Like, all right.
Okay. I'm more of a dark spirits guy, but I guess gin is what we're doing.
You know?
Would you do real shit though? Would you actually? I feel like it's not that because I just believe I couldn't get tricked. I believe that.
Would I go?
Yeah, like I feel like if someone invited me to like a cult thing, just pure curiosity, I'd be like, they can't trick me. I'm gonna go to this.
Yeah, you can't.
Next thing you know, I'm in a whole fucking white robe, and I'm just like, I only eat plums and fucking talk about my rainbow body, light body.
Next thing you know, you're on the top bunk in a house full of bunkies.
Talking about Master Nathaniel, he says I did a good job today.
I'm just saying, man. I wouldn't. I'd be interested. I'd probably like pick their brain. They were like, brother, you're asking all these questions. Are you coming or not? And I'm like, nah, I'm not.
I feel like I'd start a cult. I'd start a cult if I could, and it would just be. I think my cult would just be you just got to wear football jerseys if you're a dude, and if you're a girl, you just.
Who's the deity?
Who's the deity?
Yeah.
Brother, we just pray to the Lord of a good time.
Oh, okay, all right. When you like went with the L where I thought you were about to say we pray to Lawrence Taylor. I was like, hey, look.
That's actually way tighter. We actually pray to Lawrence Taylor, the greatest defensive football player of all time.
Most athletic?
Most athletic?
Mm-hmm. Would you consider him one of the most athletic?
Until Travis Hunter gets there, sure, maybe.
Oh, Travis Hunter's in it. Would you put him in your top 3 athletic, like athletes?
Time will tell, but still at the same time, I feel like
he's a brother. That man's battery.
That man's battery.
Playing one side of the ball and then playing a certain amount of snaps. Because even on one side of the ball, I see players that don't play the same.
I know he's raw because he somehow makes it into like almost every episode.
Yeah. TH is the guy.
Just a couple 30-year-olds talking about 19-year-old football players.
Brother,
he's insane.
But I get it, though, because it's like this. I wonder if this is how people felt when they saw LeBron.
Something crazy like that's actually my cult would just be a LeBron James cult.
You know,
I'm letting you know now.
I feel like that already exists. It has to already exist somewhere.
It has to.
And then somewhere else.
If I could just meet one girl from the LeBron James, like if one girl looked at me and just like, he's actually had more 50-point games than games he's had single digits, I'd be like, well, we're getting married on Tuesday. So let's make arrangements.
That's always an attractive thing. When a
sports knowledge.
When a field just comes up and drops
you
sports knowledge on you.
You want to think that you're more interesting than that, or it would take more, but it doesn't. It really would.
It sounds so cliche.
I hate how honest it is.
It is, though.
Because it's like, I'm telling you, I swear to God, I know for a fact that if some girl came up to just in conversation was just kind of like, I think Austin Reeves as a 6th man is probably going to be, the best case for the Lakers go. I would just be like,
who are you, lady?
What, Sally? Who are you? Where do we want to move to?
What's another subtle thing a female does and you're automatically like, you're fire.
I like seeing a girl who holds court with her friends. Like if I'm out and I see like a group of them and there's one who's just like really kind of joking,
who's the ringmaster,
being real charisma machine about it.
Okay,
that to me I always find that like cool. I'm like, all right,
I rock
okay,
with that. I rock with that.
She's got her team. They've anointed her in some capacity.
She's the leader. Okay. One would be like a female who does not care she's out in public and pigs out like she's, although that may be deemed as like, that's not cute. I think it's fire. It's like, because you don't give a shit. You're hungry right
But where's the threshold at? Like, where does it go from like, she doesn't care at all to be be honest, she should close her mouth.
No. So there's a difference between having like being sloppy and not being ashamed.
I'm just gonna see some fine ass girl in a pig trough
because sometimes you see
she's like Dwayne likes it.
You see females out and they're like like they'll pick at like little things. It's like you want to take like the double bite of the burrito. You don't want just like this. It's like a little nibble factor. So
don't talk about the nibble factor.
The nibble factor.
That might be the name.
You're not.
That might be the name of this episode.
The nibble factor.
The nibble factor.
Look, don't do the nibble factor. You know you're hungry.
You're talking about the girl who's just like, I'll have the salad, and you're just like,
bro, you don't want no
bitch,
salad.
eat the ribs.
You don't want no salad.
My God.
You want the boneless? You want the boneless wings? That's it.
Jesus Christ, man. I don't even know. Did you hear in this is random. In Massachusetts, there were 8 bulls that escaped from a rodeo.
Good. Run, my brothers. Run free, my brothers. Like I hate when the news is like, animal escaped. Why'd you catch him? Why'd you catch him in the first place?
I feel like if a bull wants to leave, he's gone, man. I don't
like this.
And then also, it's like rude awakening. Like, I'm too petty to be part of animal control because I'd just be like, good, leave. See how far that gets you.
My thing is like, they're like, can you believe something we caught and trapped?
Just
had the nerve to try to get away? Can you? The audacity.
It's like, wait, so 8 strong
Bulls teamed up,
decided to do an Ocean's 11 heist
in Europe
to break out of the rodeo, and now we're mad about it.
Audacity has been on sale at Costco for a while because it's being sold in bulk.
There's a lot of it.
There's a shit ton of it going around, and I'm about to complain to Costco because you said you didn't sell Diddy the baby oil, but I know you're selling this Audacity. I know you are.
It is. I don't care what animal control, because I feel like the animal control job is one of those jobs that's just like, I mean, they're hiring. I guess I could, like, I don't, no disrespect to people in animal control, but I don't know if it's like passion project.
See, animal control people to me are like, who's Dog the Bounty Hunter? They're like bounty hunters. They're like, they're not like animal control.
Dog the Bounty Hunter was just a dude, though. He really was just a guy who was just like, if I dress up,
who was
like,
overexcited.
He was like, if I dress up like fucking,
like an aggressive mall cop?
What's the fucking wrestler? Savage. What the
Macho Man?
Yeah. He said, if I dress up like Macho Man Randy Savage and basically scream at like just fucking illegal immigrants, like this is how
Well, the crazy thing was they were in Hawaii. Like if anybody was an illegal immigrant, it was him. Like, brother, you are a blonde man from Texas.
That is truly the American dream. Just being like, people will allow you to just essentially wrestle down civilians if you're dressed like a convincing enough.
Yeah.
Because put it this way, if I had long hair, dyed my shit, chopped sideburns, and some absolute
Brett
fucking
Hitman Hart glasses.
You know what I'm saying? Essentially, they're just gonna be like, whatever you need, dude. Like, take it.
They're like, bro, he looks like, he for sure. No one's just willing.
You have to ride the line between meaning business and looking so ridiculous that no one wants to deal with you. That's the perfect sweet spot. Because they're like, I don't know if he's supposed to be here, but also I don't want to get in a conversation with him.
And he had a wife named Liz, who was just like, picture the lady who did the intake on Monsters Inc. The lady who worked at the front.
Okay.
Pull her picture up right here. She's from that same planet. I don't know.
So a catch is what you're saying. So an absolute catch.
They didn't call him dog for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
How do you look someone in the eye and go, yeah, so call me dog.
Look,
the bounty hunter.
And he had like an island accent. And he had the Hawaiian pigeon. Yeah, he had the Hawaiian pigeon accent for sure.
That's actually.
I used to watch it all the time. Big love to. I'm not clowning on you, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Don't come get me.
Didn't he die?
Did he?
I don't know.
I hope not. Because now he can't. Rest in peace if he did. But it was a good show.
Or if you're alive, just fucking
holler at us. We'd love to have you on.
There's always a space on the couch for Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Love to have you on. He had a son named Leland.
That's a good name.
Right? Leland.
I like Leland.
As soon as he would call us in, I'd be like,
Leland.
Love that name. Leland. Like,
get your ass in here, Leland. It's crazy. Man, it was, but yeah, I anybody who's in that fucking like field, dude, anybody who's in that bounty hunter world where it's just truly like, because I don't fully understand it. I'm not even going to lie to you. I just really think that it's just
outstanding bonds. Go catch the guy and then you get.
It just sounds like extreme tag.
I was about to say, what is the price? Because I think they get like 5 to 10% of whatever the bond is once they take him.
Brother, we're hunting Diddy. Oh no, they already got him. They already got him. Fuck.
What is the price that would take you to be you right now to get a text? Be like, Cole, here's a bounty.
Can I be honest with you? Probably not a lot.
Really?
I don't want to say. I feel like I'd want to do it, and then I'd catch them, and then I'd be like homies with and I'd just be like, I don't want to
let's go
turn you into jail.
Let's go to Foxfire.
I just wanted to play tag.
Let's go to Foxfire and just have a conversation, see if we can turn this behavior pattern around.
Have you read 48 Laws of Power?
He was like, I was the guy yelling at you.
Full circle.
That's what we call life, baby.
Man, dude, that's crazy as fuck. Yeah. Well, for the rest of the week, you got any plans, or we?
Brother, I am locked in. Tomorrow, I wanted to do a 24-hour fast to start my week.
I'm on the Monday is always, that's a melon reset, you know?
It was supposed to be, but my Hawks play today. So all hell is breaking loose as soon as this camera shuts off. Look, but tomorrow will be my reset day. I'm going to do a 24-hour fast. And it's just locking back into the routine. I'm just, staying disciplined and consistent, brother. That is... I'm John Madden, baby. Same old playbook. Same old playbook. You know it's coming.
You're like, it's halfback dive. Halfback dive. Punch him in the mouth.
Two of the four, baby. Straight up.
He said, crack back.
How about you, brother?
Same kind of thing, man. I'm stoked to kind of just round out some stuff on some records. That I'm working on. Well, speaking of, we gotta throw some of your vocals on.
Oh yeah,
that record, brother. We can knock
background
that.
and harmonies is my thing. Holla at me.
I'm working on a ton of records for a minute, and there's just one that I'm just like, Dwayne, if you can just do Jagged Edge.
Come on. I played Jagged Edge. I had 90s R&B this morning.
I went through a period of time in my life, like early 20s, like 19 to maybe 24, where I just listened to nothing but 90s R&B. I mean, in the gym with Drew Hill, like just I don't know if you're supposed to just be a white man in the year 2010s listening to just Faded Pictures by Case.
There is never a wrong time.
Because here's the thing about 90s R&B is there's classic like I'm like listen to Jodeci, listen to Jagged Edge. I have no business talking to you about 702.
Look,
I have no business talking.
You get into that Avant lane.
You see what I'm saying?
You start now. You're treading uncharted waters. So.
That's what I'm. Like there is. I have a music soul child repertoire. That's
all I'm saying. You start listening to R&B more, we might have to change your name to. Instead of John B, we got John C. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
It was a period of time where I'd go to the barber shop and pretty much get the exact white boy in 90s R&B haircut, just the full chiseled damn fucking beard line. But
gotta have it, man.
Jesus
Christ. Gotta
Christ.
have it. Wait, speaking of, is it? Oh no, it's November. I always think it's No Shave October. I was like, brother, that does not even sound right. That doesn't sound kind of right.
No. Is there anything for October?
I mean, we can make
it. It's Soul Patch October. Just only
Soul Patch.
Only so. When you see Dwayne, you see Dwayne next week with face paint on and a soul patch.
Look, I am hoping for the face paint. The face paint is coming. I'm speaking it now. Face paint next week. It's what I'm telling you. It's gonna be we taking it. Detroit Lions. We'll see you in a couple hours.
Yes, indeed. Well, shit, brother. This was. You got anything else you want to add, or you feel?
Go Hawks. Go
Hawks.
Motherfucking Hawks.
You know what we also didn't do? An intro.
Well, now the intro has low-key become the outro.
I think it kind of is. I like it a little bit better that way. I like introducing myself at the end of an hour-long Yap Fest. That's kind of the way I decided to do it. Well, you guys are watching The Aloe Show.
Yes, you are.
That was episode 9. I'm Hunter Lowe, and this is my illustrious co-host right here,
Mr. Diallo.
And man, what a way to kick off a week. I hope you guys enjoy yourself. And it's about to be October, so get your soul.
I'll see you next week with the face paint.
Way too risky again. It's way too risky. Falling in love with you is way too risky. Again. Tryna get right, but he wrong, don't miss me. Send out the text, but it might get risky. Pour up the juice, but the shit ain't sent, we know. Nah, you're all alone and it feels so empty. Pray on the Lord that you say, come get me. Pick up the phone when you know it's gon' tempt me, no. I say this ain't what lovers do, but say this don't feel comfortable. She say she wants something new, but who the hell you running to? Try to share you, but that's instant envy. Try to be in love when it's not that trendy. Try being alone and that shit don't fit me, no. It's way too